Hi, my name is Jenny and I'm one of the assessors at Applied Education. Today I'm going to give you some tips to get off to a great start with your assessment for FNSACC406. The written questions we'll start off with. Question N is asking you to list below some of the period end type adjustments that an accountant may ask you to record. These can be, one example of these is recording depreciation. That is one of the period end type adjustments that you'd be asked to record. You also need to describe what type of transaction you would use to record this. Question P has you need to supply some of the key tasks that you would carry out. This is basically the things that you might do every day when you're working as a bookkeeper. These are the tasks that you would perform. Question Q is asking about organisational procedures. These are basically the rules that you have to follow that have been implemented to tell you or anyone that comes in after you how the job needs to be performed. One example here is an accounts payable procedure. And question R, most students get the first part of that question right, where they can say where to look, but you also need to remember to name the legislation or act that you would be referring to. Moving on to the part B of the assessment. If you're using a Mac computer, your account names and numbers are going to be different. We know this and there's not a problem with that. You just need to make sure that the accounts listed in the assessment are created and modified as required and that they have the correct classification, for example, an income or an expense account. Towards the end of the assessment, you're asked to restore and submit your backup file that you created before you completed the financial year rollover. This file needs to show all transactions that were recorded during this assessment. So once you restore the backup, go in and just make sure that all of the transactions, like those shown here, are actually there in your assessment, in your data file. And submitting your assessment, you need to submit the following. You've got the assessment paper. There are 7 printouts. You've got the before rollover data file and a new financial year data file. And if you could just remember to name your printouts clearly, it makes marking a lot easier. Thank you for your time. Just remember to make the most of our forums. If you're working on your assessment, you've got anything that you're getting stuck on, go to forum.appliededucation.edu.au. And we've also got the accounting and bookkeeping group on Facebook for our students.